Bitch better get his fucking act together.
Oh, no. Spoilers on the Greaseball podcast.
Yes, if you were here for the intro, we are mad as hell for episode 124 of the Greaseball podcast. Appreciate you taking part. Every episode is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. New episodes drop in your lap each and every Monday evening, and we are simulcast as well over on the YouTube page. At YouTube, the Greaseball podcast is what you should look up. Hit subscribe there and join the fun if you want to see our faces. And the scenery, the ambiance we got here.
I like how the flag waves behind us like freedom of Ghostbusters.
It is. You know what I love about flags when they wave? America. Yeah, America. Fuck yeah. That's the best. 110,000 tons of diplomacy, baby. We build freedom in this bitch.
So, I had the chance to watch the Dallas Cowboys game with Corey here, and
well, it's not our first Eagles Cowboys game.
No,
it was
not
just
at all.
the most important.
No, like I meant like
so far.
Most recent important.
So keep in mind too, he's trying to make a good impression on my mother. So he he was trying so hard.
This is the first. This was the first like big game that we've been at your mom's for.
Yeah.
So,
and then we on top of that had no way to watch it, so we had to watch it through a ghetto site that kept refreshing back to the old. So it would be like the third down or whatever, and they'd be like doing something crucial, and then it would flip back to when they were like leading, and then he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like it happens right at it's third down, like she was saying. Whenever a field goal would get kicked, whenever Minshew would throw a pass, and you're like, "Fuck." I've already seen Josh Sweat return this pick six. That was when things were going well. And then the stream would catch up and whatever else. So,
yeah. And
but the wonders of technology, of which we are coming to you.
Yeah, the last throw of Minshew, he looked like he wanted to kill himself.
And he should have. Because
I meant you,
really.
but Minshew too. Both of you.
Well, he sat there on the field and he was in his feelers which is really shitty because he played a swell game. But at the end, fourth down, you gotta you can't fling it out of the end zone there, dude. You gotta give at least A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith had been catching everything, dude. His little bony ass was jumping up, high point and everything. You got to give these dudes. Dallas Goedert, with his fucked up injury, just came back, first game back,
dude,
was laying out.
There was one point when one of the Cowboys tried to take the ball from him. They ended up on the ground. Goddard just wrenched the dude and rolled on him.
Grown ass man, dude. And it's like you got to at least give these motherfuckers a chance to come down with the ball. You can't just fling it out of the back of the end zone. It was so anticlimactic. It was just like, well, that's not the way I wanted this to end.
He threw it up into the stands, didn't he?
Basically, yeah. And you're like, what the fuck?
Like literally, Corey was telling my brother Kenny, literally, he was like, "Can Minshew even throw?" And Corey's like, "Well, I mean, he doesn't really throw long, but he's got a decent arm." And then that happened. He was like, "What the actual fuck?"
Yeah. He's not gonna sling it around the yard, but.
Then he chose to sling it around the yard.
Yeah, I'm going to sling it into the fucking ninth row. And you're like, dude, we need these points to win here. So, yeah, chance to clinch out the window, at least for this week. Home field advantage and the division and everything
Some would
else.
say next week is the chance for you guys to get back at the Cowboys.
Yeah, and that's what exactly. So, yay, next week.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, no, but you're right. Look, eventually it has to fucking happen. It would be better if it happened against Dallas because you never want to lose the fucking Cowboys.
No matter the situation.
Right.
I mean, there's plenty of reasons that loss does happen. Even before the game starts.
Right.
But you still don't want it to happen.
Losing to the Cowboys makes you physically fucking ill, dude.
My thing is, if you guys had Hurts, I'm not going to say 100% you guys would have won, but it especially if your team played the way they did.
I think Hurts is the difference there, but see, this is where it gets touch and go and this is where immediately you have to, because when we played Dallas the first game, they had their backup. And of course, the excuse to Cowboys fans, every Cowboys fan, well, we had our backup, we lost too, and you guys said it. So now that we had our backup and whatever, and it's valid, but I'm here to say, I don't know that Dak makes the difference, and I get Dak Prescott's 27-6 against the division. I get it. I also get the division's been shit for most of his career, and except for the year we won the fucking Super Bowl, which I think trumps those random division wins you got. Because how many rings you got, Dak? Fucking dick.
Ow.
When's the last time Dallas even went to the Super Bowl?
When
Mid-90s?
VHS tapes were being sold, friend.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they weren't. The last time they were in the Super Bowl was 1995, and they barely beat the Neil O'Donnell led Steelers.
So 27 years ago.
I don't know if it's barely. If I recall correctly, it was a roughhousing.
Was it?
All those middle ones were pretty. 52-17 is jumping out to me.
That was the Bills, the second Bills one. Let me look it up because I know Kevin Smith was the MVP of that, and it was, you know what? Maybe you're right, actually. Super Bowl 30. 27-17. Okay, so it was comfy. That Super Bowl happened in Sun Devil Stadium.
Neil O'Donnell.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they also played Mark Rippon to win one of theirs, and Jim Kelly twice, who was God.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. Like, let's get over yourselves, dude. You guys haven't done shit, recently, other than a couple random playoff wins.
Even
We've got the ring, so suck
to the
a dick.
Super Bowl.
I know, thank God, because if they go, I will not watch.
Ben.
I know.
Yet they still chirp.
Constantly, dude.
I saw even Clark said bye-bye Eagles on his Insta. I'm like, man.
And we love Clark, but dude, no.
Come on.
Bye-bye. We're not going anywhere. We're already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The fuck? Like, we ain't going nowhere. We'll see. The only thing that sucks, Lane Johnson got hurt, abdominal tear, and I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long those take, but he's out for the rest of the regular season.
Is that the dude that won't let any passes by?
That's the dude that went down.
Yeah,
didn't allow any sacks in 2 years.
He got so mad when that happened. He was like freaking out. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "This man right here over the last 30," and he just starts going into. I was like,
Christ
oh
just went down. It was very much like, it's very fitting to Christmas Eve where Christ gets sacrificed, because Lane Johnson now will miss the rest of the regular season.
He doesn't get sacrificed on Christmas. That's Easter.
Okay,
Christmas
that's right.
Is when he's born.
That's when he is risen.
Yeah,
I'm glad you know your religious education.
Yeah, it's not my strong suit in particular.
It's okay though. But, it's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go ahead.
My religion is this football team that pisses me off. But that sucks because that offensive line needs to be intact. And again, this is why getting that first round bye is fucking crucial. Because Lane Johnson's a bad motherfucker, and he's gonna it'll come down to pain management, and I think he'll be okay. I don't want to speak on another man's pain tolerance here, but at this point in the season, nobody's at 100%. Every team's got dudes that are banged up, and I think Saints this week, Giants a bye, and then you essentially have 4 weeks off a month. I think he's willing to give it a go in the divisional round, and you need that motherfucker. So aside from Hurts, you lose somebody on the offensive line. Those are the injuries we can least afford to have happen. We lost a fucking all-pro safety in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who led the league in picks and still didn't miss a beat. We lost his backup, went down to third-string-ass Kayvon Wallace, and still were okay against Chicago from the safety spot. So there's depth there. Finally. Thanks, Howie. Good Howie, anyway.
Did Jordan Davis get hurt too again?
Jordan Davis did get dinged up. I don't know. I didn't see. I also didn't look up either if he missed any time or if he's going to miss any time. I think it was one of those deals they just kind of yanked him as a precaution because he's had so many fucking injuries. But again, that's part of you draft a human Volkswagen. He's not built structurally the way most human beings are built. He's going to be a little more susceptible to injury because he's a fucking freak. It's like Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He was explaining to me why Jordan Davis is such a threat. I didn't realize they have to have 2 people basically on him because he's so fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I can't even imagine a human that big. Not
you have to double team that dude. You have to. If you watch the tape, every time that dude's that's why when he's on the field, he's so effective. He doesn't even have to make a fucking stop. And it's, he's going to free up gaps for linebackers and shit to shoot. It's trenches 101. That's why
I can't imagine him landing on someone though. Seriously,
I know it'd be awful
about that, but
it'd be awful. And that's why as much as it's funny because the last 2 picks, I was talking to V about this on our ride back yesterday. Our last 2 first rounders, I fucking hated at the time, Devontae Smith and Jordan Davis, and I'm like, you know what?
You know who's
They're
plucky?
showing you something.
I was wrong.
Who's plucky?
Yeah.
I was wrong there. So.
But isn't that the best? Whenever the team you love, they like Landry Shamet right now.
Former Sixer.
Book is down. He's come in and he's looked really good out there.
Yeah.
It's cool. you're rocking my number. I kind of want to get it.
Right. I could use a new Suns jersey. You might be it, dude. And that's what it's nice to have depth. And it's I mean, dude, look, at the end of the day, I want nothing more to be wrong on a lot of the bullshit I say into this microphone. But, and that's, well, you were wrong on, it shouldn't have been Kyle Hamilton. Well, okay. And you get points for an observation. Like, I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say nobody wants this team to win more than me. I'm pretty sure the players and Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie do, and Sirianni. But, I mean, I'm not rooting for my bullshit takes to be right.
Does he want them to win with the calls he's been making?
Look, so...
He literally, Sirianni came on the TV, and he went...
because it's like you can't be 1-3 against Dallas, and the game last year didn't matter.
Oh, you were stroking Sirianni's head. That's funny.
The game.
Good boy.
So where's Tiffany at? She needs to get involved here and help.
Has he? Well, no, he can't have only been focusing on one wife as well as they've been playing.
Well, that's the
Clearly,
thing.
Tiffany was having an upset this week, and that's what happened. Cause,
they had a tiff before kickoff.
I wonder if she went to her family's for Christmas.
Yep.
And
he was upset. He
wasn't
like,
there.
what the fuck?
She didn't go to Irving.
What
or
about my
Arlington.
needs?
That's why he looked so messed up at the Dallas game. It wasn't because he was standing up, coming up with play calls. He was upset and like.
He did look very disheveled. And you don't want to be on the sideline during Dallas week looking haggard.
Yeah.
No.
You got to come out there with your best. You got to have the black pants on. You got to let him know. Flop it on the table. Let him know what's up.
Yeah.
We blame you, Tiffany.
Seriously.
This one's on you.
You trifling bitch.
Boop.
For real.
He said boop.
What the fuck? But it's like they get like Rain Man, dude. Him and Shane Steichen. Like, we're either going to do nothing but run or we're going to do nothing but pass. And to the point where now 2 weeks in a row, Miles Sanders has been collecting cobwebs, and then he fumbles because he's like, oh shit, my number was called. And, so he's got the yips, and it's like, he's fucking depressed over on the sideline. Dudes are coming over having to comfort him and shit. It's like, dude, it's not you.
Yeah.
It's because we've got a backup in there, and homeboy, the fucking coach, is still slinging around like we got fucking Hurts. No! You fucking idiot. And, like, it felt like that entire game, like, our defense was on the field. It was like a Chip Kelly game, dude. Our offense was rarely fucking out there. I mean, I say that and we put up 34 points. 6 of those were from the Josh Sweat pick six. But, I don't remember the time of possession offhand, but it felt in terms of the flow of the game like they were out there way more than us. And it's like, dude, first of all, give your defense a fucking break, and you call run plays that allows your offensive line to fire off the ball and hit somebody. Offensive linemen love run plays, dude. I know. I played O-line. That's your shit. Like, fuck pass pro. Nobody wants a pass set. But
it tells you how little time they were on the field because Goddard only got me like 6 points.
Yeah, he didn't do much, but he did whenever the ball was thrown his way. He came down with it because
like, they weren't out there to given the opportunity to do it.
Right, exactly, and Minshew still, I think, come away with 300 yards, and but again, that's volume. A lot of it. I mean, here was a nice pass to A.J. Brown that went for about 40 yards on the first drive of the game, but other than that, it's like you have to.
Even then, A.J. Brown tried to reach for it, like, oh shit, goddamn, like he almost fell out.
Yeah, and it's like it.
He had to he jumped out of bounds right before he landed, and then had to fall out of bounds to recover because it was just so out of it was like what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it becomes predictable though. It's like if you come out and you're running, okay, they're gonna run the shit out of it, and this offense flows the best when you've got everybody involved. And as much as I love Miles Sanders for a variety of reasons, it is fucking stupid if we re-sign this dude. It's dumb. And I love him because his contract's up after this year's rookie deal. But it's like you go through phases where this is the most he's been utilized all year, and he's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's got 10 touchdowns. And then as you come down the stretch, you're going to get away from him. When you have a backup quarterback in and your starting quarterback was struggling in the first half against Chicago, a 3-10 team, that's when you're going to get away from the dude. At that point, giving him a new contract and putting the team up against the cap for that is not worth it. You can draft a dude. in the third, fourth round.
That'll give you the same thing that you want out of that.
Exactly, exactly,
sure.
dude. And you can let him go somewhere where he can fucking further flourish. I mean, he's great. He's going to constantly average you, and that's the thing. It's like if he doesn't bust off, and he was steadily getting when they were giving him the ball 4, 7, 6, 5 yards, like, and that's his game. He's not going to bust 20-yard runs every game. Not everybody is, but he averages 6 yards a carry on the regular. That's tops in the fucking league constantly.
And you know what that does? Keeps the ball on the offensive side.
Right. It keeps your offensive line on a fucking sled, dude. Like it
Yeah, at the end of the game, he was like freaking out because Dallas did exactly what the Eagles should have done and then tried to burn out the clock. And then he was like, why Sirianni? Why?
We got the ball back tied at 34. There was about 5 minutes and change left, and it's like, this is where you come out and you just pound the fucking ball. Drain the fucking clock. You're able to do it. This was right around, I think Lane Johnson, I think, was already hurt. But regardless, there's still ways you can do it. You can run strong side. You can pull the guard. There's a lot of shit you could do.
I thought he got hurt after Dallas scored that second field goal or whatever it was.
It was in the second half for sure. I just can't remember because this was late, when like 5 minutes left in the game. I don't remember if he was still there yet or not. I don't think he was. I think it was doughy ass Jack Driscoll was in there by that point. But it's
the
like
names you come up with these motherfuckers. Once he calls noodle arm, some of them he calls
he's
Doughboy.
a fucking loaf of bread that got
SUV,
just worked by fucking Micah Parsons the first time we played them, and Lane Johnson got hurt then too, and like it. I don't know, man. It's like that's where you drain the clock and you keep them off the fucking field, and we fucked up, and I think that's the drive where Miles Sanders fumbled, and Dallas gets the ball, and they drain the clock down, and they put us up against the fucking clock, and that's what you do. That's what you do. And it sucked to lose, man. It always sucks to lose to Dallas. And if we clinch next week, great. If we clinch in week 18, which feels stupid as fuck to say,
God, that's weird.
Then great too. I know it's awful, but it's like it.
Especially with the way your season's been looking, like holy shit.
Yeah, and then you come down and you fucking prolong it because you have to torture us, and whatever it. To do that against Dallas with a backup would have been such a middle finger. You know what I mean? And it's just
you were so close to it too.
Yeah, but we dropped the ball, and that's how shit. Ultimately, that kind of shit matters. It's like you're 1-3 against Dallas, dude. It's James Franklin against Ohio State in college for Penn State. Like you can win all you want against Iowa and Michigan State and whatever else. What do you do against Ohio State and Michigan? You know what I mean? And it's same thing here with Sirianni. Like 13-2 is great. Don't get me wrong. And this team more than likely is going to go places, but it's Dallas that you have to fight for the division every year. And you have to beat them. And right now, you still have a 2-game lead and you split with them, but they have the better division record now because now both of our losses are fucking division losses. We're 3-2 in the division, and they're 4-1, I believe. So therefore, if it comes down to a tie and we lose these next 2 games and they win out, they win the fucking division after all this. Right, exactly. But after all this shit, then they win the division. So that's why you just simply close it out.
Yeah.
Just close it out, and they failed to get it done.
So
Yay.
enough birds
Fly,
talk.
Eagles, fly. Yeah, we got that out of the way, but it was Christmas, so.
I mean,
that's what Clark said. Buy Eagles, buy instead of fly Eagles, fly.
Oh, a pun on our fight song.
Yeah.
That's okay. Your cheerleaders are 50 and made of plastic.
not just that. That's not very creative. Like everybody, yeah.
Jera.
Anyway, so it was Christmas, and guess what movie I made him watch he had never seen?
What?
Elf.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Made it 34 years before I saw Elf. Funny movie.
Right?
Funny movie. I liked it.
I don't think it's like the classic that everyone makes it out to be, but I do think everyone should watch it. It is a really funny movie.
Yeah.
It's starting to get there, though, because it's getting so old. Like, not so old, but it was in 2001 it came out.
Yeah, that made me feel
movie.
old as fuck. Yeah. I was like, there's VCR references here.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way, dude. I would watch it again, for sure. I'd watch it again.
He was funny. He was like, Peter Dinklage is in this? I was like, yeah, I didn't want to spoil that, but yeah.
To me, Elf it isn't I need to watch it every year Christmas movie.
Oh, it is for my family.
But if it pops up, I'm not turning it off.
Dude, exactly.
My mom is like National Lampoon's Christmas, Elf. I can't remember the third one, but she has like 3 go-to like Christmas movies, and I've grown up my entire life watching them.
We'll get to discuss them shortly because I'd like to do a Christmas movie draft before we get out of here tonight.
I don't know. That's kind of precedent, man.
But what?
What?
Is it precedent?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, Elf was good. Elf was good. I enjoyed it.
The one scene I was actually surprised he didn't really laugh at, the raccoon.
Yeah.
He was just like, haha. He laughed at a bunch of other ones. Like when he was in the bathroom singing with her, he fucking laughed hysterically.
Yeah, that was entertaining. I also was like, oh, wow, this is Zooey Deschanel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her as a blonde, kind of weird looking. Kind of weird. Like, not bad, but just kind of like.
Just different.
Burnett looks better
Not
on her,
used to
basically.
it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Stick with the dark hair, Zoe. Zooey, since you have two O's in it.
But yeah, it was, yeah, I was trying to think of the other one that you really, really laughed at. Oh, when he called him mentally unstable, he thought that was fucking, or
Chemically imbalanced.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah. And
Holy shit.
He started laughing hysterically.
Yeah, I was like, that is a fucking, yeah. They were politically correct before politically correct was really hitting us over the head.
Yeah.
You know? James Caan, yeah, he did well after he escaped Kathy Bates. He did well for himself. He's got an elf as a kid. Good looking guy for an old guy, James Caan.
Yeah. And speaking of what's her face, I've been having him watch New Girl, and of course the first episode that he really saw was the one where Prince guest starred.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, I was so geeked last night. Like we got home, like
he's like, we're just gonna watch the intro, and then it was like, I'm invited to a Prince party, and he was like, Prince is on this episode. I was like, I'm
locked in.
And then you noticed another like person I didn't even
Clayton Kershaw, pitcher of the Dodgers.
Oh.
Yeah,
he
was like, I'm Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers. And naturally, Zooey Deschanel didn't care. But, yeah.
He was like, oh, shit. I was like, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. The former Cy Young winner and World Series champion, Clayton Kershaw. He wasn't at the time, though. But
come to find out, it was like 2 years before Prince died that he recorded that.
Yeah, because this was...
Right,
yeah, and then I remembered his name was a symbol at one point.
Yes. Formerly known as.
Yes. Yeah. It was like the love symbol, he called it, or whatever it was. And it was just like, I don't.
So how do you pronounce it? Just
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah. That's what
he changed.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. He changed his name to the symbol.
Yep.
But it didn't have a name. It was the artist formerly known as Prince.
Taff Cap.
Yep.
Yeah. The artist formerly known as Prince.
Which became a thing in WWF, too, because Goldust became the artist formerly known as Goldust.
That's right, he did. I love Goldust.
He was with Luna at the time, Luna Vachon.
That's right.
Was awesome.
Love that dude. Shattered Dreams.
Yeah, dude. Shattered Dream Productions. Yes. Shattered Dreams is the kick in the dick.
That was a fun finishing move. Yeah. When I was in like 5th grade and that happened, me and Ballard used to be like, that's the worst thing that could ever happen to a human.
He was not to get too wrestling talk here, he was 2 years too early. Because you figure he was basically the start of the Attitude Era.
He was.
If he would have done the same thing in 97, 98, he would have been world champion.
Him and Piper was fucking money, dude.
WrestleMania 12.
Yes.
The backlot
brawl.
The
backlot brawl, dude. OJ homage.
So all those people like listening, there's like a question mark above V's head. She's just kind of looking around for a book.
A book.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what to say really or what to do when we start talking vintage wrestling here on the pod.
Yeah.
But you do know what to say when talking about the other night when we finished recording the episode of Couch Cushions. Couch Cushion Sessions, by the way, kids, subscribe on YouTube. We got inebriated. Episodes to come if you subscribe.
Yeah, the first one,
our potluck episode.
That one will be Thursday.
Yep.
Yay.
And then we decided to, as the mics went off and we continued to laugh insane people, it's like, let's just do a bonus track hidden episode.
Yeah.
And we cut the mics back on and we just went. And we went for about 20 minutes that felt like an hour and a half. And
sir, why are you spoiling our content?
I'm not. That's what I'm not going to say anything we talked about, but you mentioned that you kind of wanted to talk about like afterwards.
Yeah, on an episode of Couch Cushions real quick.
Oh, I thought you meant okay,
like,
never mind.
With this shit?
All right, we're not going to do that here. Subscribe to Couch Cushion Sessions on YouTube
and you want to know all this
Apple
shit.
Podcasts and Spotify.
You trying to bleed the channels too much together.
I'm not trying to cross-pollinate, but literally 38 seconds before we came on, you were like, yeah, we should.
I said record a little episode. Like,
I misunderstood. That's okay. Subscribe to Couch Cushion Sessions, kids. That's where it'll all be.
Mm-hmm.
So since we're putting that off, Christmas movie draft.
How many rounds do you want to go?
Let's do 3.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fine
3 is
with
good.
Okay.
A quick one. I don't remember the order of our last draft we did.
God, it's been so long.
It has been a long time since we've drafted. So let's go
Do you
and
want to do rock, paper, scissors real quick?
yeah, you guys. I'm gonna abstain. You guys do it to see who picks first. I'll
All
just
right.
go last.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors,
They
shoot.
both had scissors.
Okay, there you go.
Justin scissors. V had paper. Yeah. So Justin wins.
Are you the announcer for the?
No, I'm gonna draft too. But
No, I meant just for the paper.
Well,
rock,
yeah,
paper,
I was describing for the on Apple
On
Podcasts
audio.
and Spotify.
Oh, true. Oh, look at him being courteous. I was just like, they'll know.
I
If
was
they want
trying
to
to-
know, they'll go to YouTube.
Or that
Bonus
yes,
content on
hit
YouTube.
subscribe.
You'll know what happened during the rock, paper, scissors battle.
Yeah, you don't need me to paint a picture because you can paint one yourself. Okay, so snake draft, is that how we usually do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
So we'll just
So
go
let's do snake.
that way and then back.
Okay, Justin gets first pick in the Christmas movie draft.
All right.
Real quick though, Christmas movies, are we heavy on those or?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
Like there are some that I have to watch, and number one pick is probably safe to not take number one, but I'm taking it just because it's the one that I have to watch every year.
Okay.
But I think we watched a couple more than we normally would this year.
I got you.
Because the kids are getting a little older, and
Yeah.
so they can kind of
And because 'tis the season, man.
right. So we were talking about how is a Grinch in my 20s, and I didn't really give a crap about any of this.
Yeah, I think me and my guy Matt talked about that a lot. There's a stretch. I think it depends on because there was definitely a stretch where I was kind of a
Bah
Scrooge
humbug.
myself. Yeah, and I think everybody kind of goes through that phase in one way or another.
His kid thought he
But-
hated Christmas until he met me. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, it's actually great.
He may have just been unhappy.
Right, exactly. Imagine that.
No shade. Anyway,
Imagine that.
anyway, so Christmas draft.
Okay, so I'm going here number one. Like I said, this is probably, knowing present company, this is probably a safe pick. I could probably get it next round, but this movie is the top of my list. I have to watch it every year or it's not Christmas.
Okay,
Charlie Brown's Christmas.
good call.
It's a good
It's
call.
a
It's a
good
safe
call.
one.
I love that movie. It's only 25 minutes, so you can watch it in less than you can.
My mom actually said that's her least favorite Christmas
Oh, really?
movies. Yeah, she hates the Charlie Brown. She hates the pumpkin patch. She's like, why would I want to watch a little bitch walk through a pumpkin patch? I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, she was very aggressive. Remember? She was hating on that shit.
It was aggressive, but it is
How are
also
you cheating looking up Christmas movies?
because I'm looking it up to get a big board together. But you can get in and out with Charlie Brown Christmas.
And
It's very efficient.
and
Fake.
the music through it, it makes me think of Christmas. Like the at the beginning, the Christmas time is here, like
Mhm.
that song.
Yeah.
The second you hear that, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm locked in,
Yeah.
and I'm a sucker for it. So
If you're of a certain age, the Charlie Brown specials were a thing.
and I can, I was feeling really old because as we're watching it, like the ad, I remember where the ad breaks were.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
oh, there's the first ad break. There's the second ad break.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Just dumb.
Well,
stuff
because
like
when
that.
you watch this shit every year on network TV,
Mhm.
you remember weird shit like that.
Yep.
So
Brought to you by
yes,
McDonald's.
Yes, 29-cent cheeseburgers.
Mhm.
God, I wish that was still around.
So I'm going Chuck. Good old Chuck.
There we
number
go.
one.
Peanuts.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
You get a first rounder now.
Oh, I
Here.
get to go?
Yeah,
I feel like we should play rock, paper, scissors.
that's fine. Let's do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I keep
Wow.
taking paper.
I won because I had scissors. V had paper.
He's
I feel
lying
like
to you guys in the audio pod. It was actually he had scissors, I had rock.
I feel like I always go scissors first. Spoiler alert.
I know, that's why I was like, I don't know why I went paper though.
I don't either. I thought you were going to go rock for sure. You must.
I
You
got
wanted
a rock.
Yeah.
Speaking of Charlie Brown.
I think the top two on my big board, I'm going to draft like the Seattle Seahawks here. I don't think these would be on. I think both of my first
Wait,
two
spoiler
would be
alert,
safe.
it's going to be a horror film.
It absolutely is. This is the one I have to watch.
Terrifier.
Every single year. If that was a Christmas movie, you best believe.
Wait, I know what I wanted to pick. Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah, no, you lost rock, paper, scissors. That's absolutely my first rounder, though. It was absolutely going to be. That's the one I have to watch every year. It's not for everybody. Neither is the horror genre, but that's mine. I have to every year. It doesn't matter.
You can't use Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 for your second one.
No, I wouldn't. That movie sucks. But that's in the like so shitty it's entertaining category.
Like
Garbage Day.
Like Killer Pinata?
It's as bad in its own way.
Oh, that's delightful.
It's cheeks, but it's great. Silent Night, Deadly Night is great. Mild spoilers. It's about a dude that a kid that sees Santa, a dude dressed as Santa, murder his entire family.
Jesus.
When his cars broke down on the side of the road as a kid. So that's his image of Santa. And he grows up to take that out on unsuspecting people in 1984. And
Delightful.
It's got Catholic, anti-Catholic undertones, which pissed a lot of people off. There was an entire thing where moms went to movie theaters and tried to get this movie removed in 1984.
Which is always a plus.
I love it. Yeah, exactly. Much like Terrifier. So, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I love that movie. It's fucking great. Watch it.
Really?
Yes, that's my first rounder.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
I haven't seen it.
I know. We were going to put it on last night, and then we ended up putting together all of our adult presents.
Oh.
So, yeah. We'll watch
it sounds
tonight.
weird when you say it that way. Your adult presents.
Like our vibrators.
Yeah, household. Yeah, exactly.
No, we were putting together shelves. Fun.
Exactly. Our household appliance
There
adult
you go.
items. There we go.
Victoria had the little bit of the ADHD zoomies, and I just started putting together shit. And I just kept handing him shelves like, this is done. This is done. He's like,
yeah. We got home from my parents' house and immediately made coffee at like 10:30 at night. We were like, let's just go. And yeah, it was a late night that ultimately led to the episode of New Girl that had Prince on it. So yeah, late night.
So my pick would be Frosty the Snowman. Or...
God damn it.
I haven't watched, to be fair, to be honest with you, I haven't seen Frosty in a long ass time.
Yeah.
That used to be, when I was a kid, that was an annual watch.
For sure.
And at some point in life, it just kind of faded away. But I mean, you still know it. You still.
We watch commercials for that movie Jack Frost. It
the
looks
Michael Keaton
terrible.
One. Yeah, it looks cheeks.
Like, and the worst part is the trailer reveals everything that happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Trailers back in the day were cheeks.
They were
literally like, this is the plot. This is how it gets resolved. Do you want to see it? And you're like,
not really.
I just saw everything in the commercial. Why would I want to see this?
It's weird because like trailers nowadays are more entertaining, but also give you nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. About the movie, like nothing at all. It's like, well, there's no reason for me to go. You've given me nothing.
Right.
When back in the day they gave you everything. It's like.
Trailers back in the day, they were like 10 minutes, dude. Because we were like, I remember there was a horror Jack Frost, and we were flipping through the Christmas section. It was like, well, here's the family-friendly Jack Frost. Let's watch the trailer. And I mean, we were there for 30 minutes, and it was just like this animation in that day, computer CGI snowman, not optimal.
Yeah,
didn't look great, not convincing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael Keaton as a snowman was something we passed
and he lost
on.
his shit when he found out, apparently, when we watched New Girl, that Jess's dad is the guy from All in the Family.
Rob Reiner.
And her mom is
Jamie Lee Curtis, Scream Queen.
He was like, look at Jess having really cool parents.
Zoe Deschanel has really cool genetics. She has really cool genetics in the TV show New Girl anyway. I mean, in real life too, I suppose.
This is gonna be his new High Metro, just a heads up.
Yeah, it's she's gotten me into that, and that's
it wasn't even on purpose. You know that thing like we were talking about where
you start watching something and
that's our sitcom over shutdown.
He was like, well, this is cool when I was like 2 episodes in, and now I'm like on season 7, and he was like, whoa, like oh, this is cool. I was like, I've already watched the whole series.
Yeah, I didn't know when I was getting the break from Freedom that I was going to end up watching Network Zoe Deschanel, but here we are. Is it weird about Frosty, your first rounder? What was the little blonde girl's name?
Oh, dude, I never remember.
I don't remember any of the names.
I totally had a crush on her claymation ass back in the day.
I had a crush on the one that played Santa Claus.
Did you?
The dude with the
Claymation, right?
Yeah.
And Frosty?
Yeah.
Well, that explains why we ended up together. We thought Claymation was attractive.
That is so weird.
I was just
I don't
laying.
know. I just thought he was hot. I was like,
well, no,
look at
okay.
this man. He's so giving and awesome and just hot.
I would lay on the floor in front of the TV.
I don't know if I want to hear the end of this.
As you would in the 90s, and just rub a frustrated pee moaner against the carpet in my parents' living room. I don't know what her name was, but I was like,
Sally Sue.
Yeah, more than likely. She was pretty attractive to me at the time, though. I'm willing to bet that take doesn't age well. But yeah. So that's your first rounder is Frosty. Back to back in the snake draft, so you get to start off the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Elf because every year I watch that shit.
Man, fuck, dude.
What? You were going to take Elf? You've seen it once.
But it's fresh on my mind. Frosty was literally 3 on my big board, though. Behind what I'm about to take is my second rounder, which is Black Christmas, the original 1974.
2 horror films.
Yes, it's a fucking horror movie, okay?
Oh, what a surprise.
But it's outstanding. I have to take them. They're my favorite. What do you want me to say? Fucking Die Hard?
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Because I don't think it is.
Depending on who you
It
ask.
depends on who you ask, yeah. And the people that will die
I think
on
if
the
it's
hill
like
of it
if
being
it's a
Christmas
controversial
movie.
thing, then it shouldn't be a Christmas film unless everybody's in
But
unison agreeing.
it takes place on Christmas. That's why it's a Christmas movie, is what people say.
We get it.
And those people, yeah.
You know what's crazy? Next year he's gonna list the mean one probably.
Mm.
I want to see that, yeah, because dude that plays Art the Clown plays the Grinch in the mean one.
Oh.
And yeah,
Oh,
as
yeah.
we know,
How do you feel about Pete Davidson?
I don't like or dislike him. He's semi-funny.
He
and
hated him. He didn't like him. And
Oh,
then
I hated him at first, too.
I showed him a picture of him wearing a Terrifier shirt at a basketball game, and he was like, "I love him. I love him. He's my favorite now."
literally, yeah.
Like, I don't think he's the funniest dude ever, but, like, I hated him for all the wrong reasons initially.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, appearance,
Yeah.
which is dumb.
Yeah.
His run on SNL was okay. You know, occasionally it was like, oh shit, that's really fucking. He had this
Yeah.
one character, I can't remember what his name was, but like they'd put him in all these like high pressure situations, and they'd be like, hey, you do this, and he'd be like, okay, like that was his response to like everything.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, fuck, that's funny. Like just the way that goes, that's really fucking funny. And I saw him with Miley this last New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was fucking hilarious.
Shit.
The two of them together. So
Did they come in like wrecking balls?
essentially,
All right.
comedy wrecking balls.
That's
they
delightful.
should've.
That's
Yeah.
delightful.
So that was fun. So yeah, he and you know the way Kanye treated him this year like made me put a soft spot on him.
Yeah.
I like how he can be self-deprecating. It reminds me of someone in this room. But yeah, that was the
And
biggest.
we're wearing Terrifier shirts, both of us.
Okay.
Only I'm not courtside at a basketball game. I'm sitting here drafting Christmas movies.
Imagine he must be a Knicks fan.
The jerseys
Knicks or the
behind him
Nets?
were blue and yellow.
Maybe Golden State. I know the Sixers played the Knicks on Christmas Day, but I was not sitting in front of the TV for that one.
Yeah.
He's from New York.
Right.
So-
quite possibly.
I would
the
assume.
Knicks.
I mean, maybe the
He
Nets.
could be like Coach Joe and just be from some random place and have like 80 different
yeah.
Yeah,
capitals
exactly.
and what
Yep.
was the other one?
Caps.
He
He's a
likes
Detroit Lions
like
fan.
Detroit Lions, Tigers, and the Caps for some reason.
Yeah, it's very
so two
weird.
Detroit teams
And he has a
in
tattoo
Washington.
of Minnesota.
Yeah,
But we love him
because he's from Minnesota.
Yeah,
Coach Joe, are you
Why not
having
the
an identity
Vikings? Why not the
crisis of where
Twins?
you're from?
Why not the Wild?
Right. What the fuck, Hot Joe?
And they're not bad teams. Like they're pretty decent teams.
Yeah. Get your act together.
And they've got great colors.
Get your act together on the field. Off the field, you've got it about as together as it could
It's true.
possibly be.
Yeah.
You're an
Yeah.
attractive man. All right, second rounder for you, dear. Oh, that's right. You took Elf.
I thought
Yeah,
you were
and then
calling.
you took-
I thought you were calling Justin dear. I was like, is
I,
there something you want to tell me I'm missing?
Yeah, I ambiguously fuck all of the dudes on this pod. Hot Joe and Justin.
Why do you include me in the roadie trip just to rub it in?
Exactly. So I can touch them when you're not looking.
Anyway, so what's your second round?
well, we just brought up the Grinch, so I have to go with How the
Oh, that's a
Grinch
That's a good
Stole
one.
Christmas.
Which one?
I'm going with the animated one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Thank
I
God.
really don't dislike the Jim Carrey one, and that took this year to make that happen because I hated it until
So
this
fun
year.
fact, I loved it until I watched it with this asshole. He
which
was
happened
like,
after Elf.
so I knew Jim Carrey did a lot of facial expressions, but him pointing.
You mean Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey was a problem?
Well, no, that's the thing. I didn't
That's why I
notice it
hate
like
him.
to that degree. And then every time he made a face, Corey would point it out. Like, why are we doing this? Why? And every time he pointed it out, it pointed in my head. Like, he really does make a lot of face. Why does he make so many faces?
It's a lot.
It's what he did. Like that's how he got famous. Was
I know.
Fire Marshal Bell. Like
yeah, and
that's
it's like, what were we doing, man?
But I mean, I like that attitude he added for the Grinch. But the one thing he did point out, he's like, why does his face keep going like this? Like he tightens it up, and I was like, why did you glass shatter that shit for me, you dick?
What's funny is like that ended up basically being the end of that style for him because like he started doing a lot more serious stuff after that.
Yeah, he did that number 23. And then
that was really good.
Well, from what I had heard, like
Eternal
the
Sunshine.
the Grinch movie was like really hard on him because of like between all the makeup, what they put him through, like he was just like, I'm fucking done, and he didn't even want to act for a little bit.
Like the yellow contacts in too.
Yeah, not
the
a
ones that
good
take
time.
over your whole eyeball. Like they
Yeah.
have ones that go like literally from rim to rim on your eye.
Yeah, he had jaundice in his eyes.
And it's his makeup took like 8 hours to put on. Like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know what though, man? You're getting paid handsomely to look like that. You accepted that role to where you could make faces. Quit your bitching. You know who else gets a lot of makeup done and makes less money? David Thornton, who plays Art the Clown. And you don't hear him out here fucking complaining. As a matter of fact, he went and played the Grinch.
I don't know.
Suck it, Jim Carrey.
I don't know.
You fucking
how long
diva.
has it been? It was like 5 minutes.
Wait, how has Jim Carrey been out there complaining? I don't think he. Was,
no, it's just like they
I think he was
like,
just talking about it.
I just invented complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't like Jim Carrey.
Not a lot, no. Not as an actor anyway. As a dude, he actually seems like a great guy. I just don't want him on the television in front of me because it's 1976 and we have television still, is what we call them.
So anyway, the third one, love.
Oh, I'm picking?
Yeah.
No, it's snake draft, so I gotta do back to back. All right, so I'm going out on a diehard limb here, and I know this isn't widely accepted as one, but I'm gonna be that guy. Hook. I consider Hook a Christmas movie because
brief synopsis.
It's about Peter Pan.
It's Peter Pan grows to a certain
Robin
age.
Williams movie.
He flies to visit Wendy, and Wendy has grown up. And so he decides he's going to stay. And so he stays, and thusly he grows up. So he grows up to be Robin Williams. So if you don't like Robin Williams, you probably won't like this movie.
Yeah, I'm out.
Young Robin Williams.
I'm out.
Depends on if you like Dustin Hoffman as well, because Dustin Hoffman plays Captain Hook. But it isn't Robin Williams at his most Robin Williams.
Yeah,
either.
he's like young. He hasn't found his Robin Williams.
Was this pre-Mork and Mindy?
No, this is post.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know. If you like cocaine Robin Williams, then this isn't going to do. This is after or around Mrs. Doubtfire, too. So.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Androgynous Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Was it pre or post Flubber?
Yeah.
I think pre. I think Flubber was basically on the backs of all this stuff. He
was young in Flubber.
Flubber got a lot of promotion back in the day, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Burger King had it for a while, didn't they? With the toys.
They did. That's right.
I fucking loved that movie.
Back when they used to be good. I saw my parents took me to see that in theaters. How kind of
I wasn't lucky to see it in theaters.
I was fortunate.
I had it on a copied VHS my aunt gave us.
You had a bootleg Flubber?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We always got bootleg movies from her.
So the reason
that had to be really arduous back in the day.
Oh my god, yeah. She had to have 2 VCRs. I can't even imagine.
So the reason I considered a Christmas movie is basically because he goes back to Neverland as an adult. And the movie is essentially about him finding the spirit again. And when he comes back, he's younger at heart. And it's not that they never say the spirit of Christmas, but it is at Christmas time.
Right.
So like to me, it's about, realizing what you have in front of you and letting this remaining forever young.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
stay golden, pony boy.
Yeah.
I wanna be.
Rod Stewart.
All right, your turn.
No, you pick. This is your third rounder.
Wait, what? I clearly don't understand the snake draft.
Wait, no, you lost the fucking thing. That's right. Yeah. All right. My last pick, Christmas Story. Classic.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Classic, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that in the third round. I feel like that's value. So,
A Christmas Carol for me.
Which one?
Oh, I gotta pick one. I like them all, but I'm gonna go Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, because Rizzo kind of fucking rules.
Yeah. Have you seen Muppets Christmas Carol?
this shouldn't be a surprise, but no.
Justin!
I have seen the 3 movies I picked, though.
Have you seen any of the Muppets movies? Don't tell me no.
What do you mean? Sesame Street.
Okay.
That's not the Muppets, though.
I had to have, because I had a Big Bird stuffed animal when I was a kid.
That's not the Muppets. That's Sesame Street. Kermit.
But that's where the Muppets come from, yeah?
No.
Ish.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
Kermit was on Sesame Street.
Was he really? When?
Yeah. Most of the time.
I like Cookie Monster, too.
He
was cool.
Yeah. Me want cookie.
Yes, that's still me at 34.
Oh, did he just did the dude break off and make his own universe then?
I don't know the timing of it, but like the Muppets, like they had the Muppet Show, and then there's Sesame Street as well, and Kermit went between both.
Oh,
he was the only one, as far as I know, that went between both.
Kermit was the flex.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought he was his own thing. Like they were their own thing, like Miss Piggy, Kermit, and all them.
The rest of them, again, as far as I know, Gonzo and all them only ever did, the Muppet Show.
Miss Piggy was a nasty bitch. I also like those 2 dudes that were like the
Tim Curry's
critics.
in one of the Muppets movies.
I did not. And
I know.
Like Tim Curry.
I had like a major crush on him in that movie, actually.
Well, you should still have a crush on
Oh,
Tim
no,
Curry.
I do. I love
He's
him.
Tim Curry, yeah.
I love his laugh. His laugh makes me so happy.
It is super hot.
He it was the Muppets Treasure Island. I was like a child, and I was like, I love you for an adult.
I remember
don't know
that
who you
movie.
Are, but you're hot, and I love you.
I remember that movie, but
How do you remember that but never saw it?
Because commercials are a thing.
Yeah.
I hate. Oh yeah, this was like the early '90s. So let's be serious. It was like the entire.
You basically saw the commercial.
No,
If you saw the commercial, you
because
saw
it was
the
a
movie.
'90s trailer.
Yeah.
Exactly. They gave away the entire fucking thing.
It kind of reminds me of like I don't know. Like, did you ever see Treasure Planet?
It sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell as far as like what it is.
Okay, so it came out the year Lilo and Stitch came out. It was a Disney movie that Disney
so I
didn't
was
want to
too
promote.
old.
And it was like, yeah, it's really good. You should watch it.
Mm.
As far as like Disney movies go, it was like almost like a Pixar movie. As far as like,
you're never too old for Disney movies, dude.
Well, not now. Now I have kids that I can be like, oh, all right, let's. Although
you want an underappreciated movie, like one that like there isn't a cult following for this movie because everyone's so mad it never got a sequel. Like seriously, Treasure Planet is a really good movie.
Okay.
But yeah, the Muppets Treasure Island goes along the same lines of it. It's just in outer space for.
I've seen more Disney movies as an adult than I ever did as a kid.
Because you ended up dating a girl that likes Disney.
Yeah, between you and the kid, it's like I'm constantly.
Guess what's coming out in May? Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the new
live
Little
action.
Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
So that's gonna be a thing.
Unrelated. Sorry, I don't know if you've seen this.
Okay.
The next Avatar, 2025, is going to be an Earthbender.
What?
Following Aang and Korra, and then the next Avatar, 2025. Yeah. Breaking news.
We need to get you into this shit.
We have 3 goddamn years. 2.
Well, and then did you see the
over.
Legends of Kyoshi apparently came out as like an actual series or something?
Yeah, I know there's supposed to be a live action.
Yeah. You know how I feel when you talk about wrestling? Yeah, I feel this. Anyway, so
I'm good. I'm laying out. You guys can talk about all this shit.
No, seriously though, I'm so excited. Like
my wife and I were just talking about like because she was convinced that basically Korra was going to be the last Avatar because technically she had the Avatar ripped from her.
Yeah, she had a Rava or whatever her name is ripped from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, she's got to be the last Avatar. I was like, they got to figure out a way to do another one. So
yeah, that's crazy.
It's going to be an Earthbender.
That's exciting.
That means whatever one's after that will be fire.
I'm so excited.
So, but yeah, I'm pretty geeked about it.
I'm so excited.
They're making a Terrifier 3, guys.
It's sequel talk time.
Yes. And also Crystal Lake is a series that's coming in January.
The prequel series.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I cannot fucking wait for that. And
it's on
Jon
Peacock,
Snow's
right,
getting
or something?
Jon Snow's getting a TV show from Game of Thrones. All hell's breaking loose in January on the streamers. Jon Snow,
I'm so excited.
Of the Night's Watch.
I'm excited. I want you to watch Avatar so bad. I tried to get Sean to watch it, and he's just not interested. He doesn't
likes that one with the frog.
Yeah, the Dragon Prince one.
Oh yeah.
They the creators of Avatar went off or whatever. They changed the name of it. It was originally the Dragon Prince. Now it's some weird ass fucking name. I don't know. But like mid-series, they were just like Netflix decided they wanted to change the name of the series because I looked it up, Dragon Prince, and it popped up with this weird ass show, and I was like, "This is it." I remember the first 2 seasons, and what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, he like loves the show for the whole glow toad thing or whatever. But he won't like Avatar, and I don't get it.
That's weird.
It's such a better written show.
I liked it because we watched the first like 6 or 7 episodes together, and I liked it, and then we just got away from it.
Well, my thing is like I love it because it talks about such controversial shit for kids' age. Like I remember watching this shit when I was like freaking 13 and 12, like Sean's age, and being like, this is really like had parts that were really sad, like really fucked up. Like it talks about genocide, it talks about war prisoners, it talks about all kinds of shit.
John McCain.
On the first Thanksgiving pilgrims.
Yes, there you go.
Aang is quite literally the last airbender.
He literally figures out his entire civilization's massacred.
Yep.
He finds his old like teacher, just a skeleton in a temple.
I feel like depending on the teacher though and how you feel about him, that might be.
No, he loved him. It was like his dad.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and like he's surrounded, like you can see he literally got murdered, and it's just like
brutally.
Oh yeah, like set on fire.
The Fire Nation was pretty evil.
Yeah,
those damn fire.
He was a monk. He didn't fight.
Yeah.
Well, they're a peaceful people.
The airbenders were monks.
Yeah, they literally didn't fight. They fought with air, which is just like.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a lot done there.
You know their theory of how he killed all those firebenders, right? They think Monk Gyatso has like this special move where he can suck the entire like air out of all the room. He had to kill himself in the process, but he sucked all the air out of the room and killed them all.
It's like the dark side of waterbending, like
the blood bending. I told him about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, they can literally control you like a puppet.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Ooh, Freddy Krueger does that in part 3 in Dream Warriors.
Bloodbending is very much in Korra.
Yeah,
like
they basically control the water in your blood and make you you're completely cognizant the entire time, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
they literally kill people by like puppeteering them.
If there's murder and death in it, I'm in.
There's one where the girl gets asphyxiated. Like they literally create a wind tunnel around her face and suck all the oxygen out. It's really fucked. Like there's a reason this show got canceled on TV.
Hey,
these were Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah.
Say word.
Yeah.
Say word.
Yeah.
So yes,
it was fucked up.
They're very
Nickelodeon
good.
Used to not suck.
I mean,
I don't know what they're doing now. I haven't really in my 30s cut on Nickelodeon a lot.
No.
I've been watching more of Netflix's shows like the She-Ra and shit, but yeah.
She-Ra.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those go-tos you watch when I'm asleep.
I know. He was laughing because I sing this theme song every time it comes on.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It is. Isn't that He-Man's sister?
I have no fucking clue.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I don't know the old ones. I know it was based off the original ones in the 80s. I don't know the storyline for it. I'm not
80s
gonna lie.
superhero talk. 80s toy conversation.
Like you watch those He-Man things now and they're like, oh man, this is cheeks. Why did I ever like this?
Going on back
I feel that shit. Like when you watch like old Ninja Turtles and shit, like you're like, this was so much fun when I was a kid. Now you're like, holy, or the Gargoyle show. I loved the Gargoyle show as a kid. Now I'm like, this was so weird. Like, why did I like this shit?
Because children. Because you're easily amused with animation.
Anyway, we've wandered off of
yes,
Eagles
everything.
Yeah,
we have. We've been all over the map. Hopefully you've stayed along the whole time. But either way, if you're here, hit the subscribe button, review or whatever it is on the podcast platforms as well. New episodes drop each and every Monday, and follow the YouTube page for the performance tiers and all kinds of playoff and draft content coming your way. Maybe we'll clinch this week. Maybe not. We'll see you next week either way. As always,
go Birds.
Boom.
Boom, watch the videotape.
Yo, how'd Barkley put it?
Boom, call a fucking running play.
Another grease pole night in Philly.
Facts. Birds.
That would be great.